When Ronaldo walked back toward the dugout at full time against Uzbekistan, a camera crew caught up with him, and Ronaldo took the chance to say 2 words. He scored 2 goals, became the first player to score in 6 different World Cups. At 41 years old, Cristiano Ronaldo is still writing history. But it seems no matter what he does, there's still a looming question. Should he still be playing? Or is he holding Portugal back? After a disappointing 1-1 draw against DR Congo, Portugal responded by beating Uzbekistan 5-0. They qualified from their group with 5 points. They are through to face Croatia next, but Portugal did not top the group, and the critics came out, not for the team, for one man. If Ronaldo scores a penalty, he's Penaldo. If he misses it, he's still Penaldo. If he scores a big chance, he's a tap-in merchant. If everybody plays excellently, including Ronaldo, then the narrative is the team carried him. If everybody plays badly but Ronaldo scores, then the question becomes, are Ronaldo's goals actually holding Portugal back? If Ronaldo avoids a question about Messi, he's proud and arrogant. If he answers a question about Messi, he's obsessed. It's an incredible thing to be Cristiano Ronaldo, because no matter what he does, the verdict is already written before he steps on the pitch.
But if you now go to yesterday, we were all talking about Lionel Messi being a solution, while a lot of people think that Ronaldo might be a problem for Portugal.
Thierry Henry isn't just any pundit. A man who knows what it means to score at the highest level is also giving Ronaldo the heat. After Portugal's draw against Congo, all eyes were on CR7.
One thing that's important, people please at home, the team needs to score, not you need to score.
Chris Sutton called it embarrassingly weak from Roberto Martinez to keep Ronaldo. The Independent described Ronaldo as a statue. The Telegraph, the day after Messi's masterclass, reminded its readers of why Ronaldo perhaps should not even be in Portugal's squad. But while the pundits were carving up his performance, ESPN commentator Alvaro Morales was watching the same game and saw completely different things.
Cuando les aparecen ese tipo de defensas es donde aparece el hombre distinto o los que son distintos y hacen magia. Y hoy Cristiano no pudo hacer magia tampoco.
No pudo hacer magia, pero era el único que pero es increíble. Les marcaba el espacio. Con un movimiento se metía entre el lateral izquierdo o entre el lateral derecho, levantando la mano, marcándoles el espacio.
He noticed how Ronaldo won space with his movement throughout that Congo match. He was making the right runs. He raised his hand for the ball. He got into position. His teammates Bruno Fernandes and Bernardo Silva simply did not find him. Not once across 90 minutes did they create a clear chance for the man standing at the 6-yard box. Now compare that to Argentina. When Messi walks into the box, the ball follows him. His teammates do not weigh their options, they look for Messi first, second, third. The pass finds him almost by instinct, by the unspoken law of a squad that has been built around protecting its greatest player for over 2 decades. Portugal does not have that culture. They never quite have. Ronaldo has been the name, the face, the captain, but he has not been given the automatic deference that greats like him receive. Roberto Martinez saw it. When asked why Ronaldo stayed on for the full 90, the coach was unapologetic. It makes no sense to take out the best goalscorer in world football when you need goals. 2 completely different narratives. One says Ronaldo is the problem, the other says Ronaldo is the solution. A weapon left unfired because the people around him cannot figure out how to pull the trigger. Here is the truth that gets lost in all the noise. Ronaldo is not in this squad for sentimental reasons. He is not there because Martinez owes him a favor. He is there because of merit. He scored in both the semi-final and the final of the UEFA Nations League just months before this World Cup. He won a trophy with Al Nassr and arrived in form. The next best option, Gonçalo Ramos, is not even close to what Portugal needs, and Ramos is only an impact sub for PSG. Ronaldo is there because in moments that matter, across 20 years of football, he has shown up. But being there has a cost. Every game becomes scrutinized. The Congo game gave the doubters everything they needed. What happened in the next game gave Ronaldo his answer in the game versus Uzbekistan. Barely 5 minutes into the game, this happened. In front of 70,000 people, Cristiano Ronaldo became the first player in the history of football, man or woman, to score in 6 different FIFA World Cups. One man, 6 tournaments, a record that may never be matched. 33 minutes later, Bruno Fernandes threaded a through ball into space and Ronaldo ran onto it. He composed himself and slotted it past the goalkeeper. His 145th international goal, his 10th in a World Cup, overtaking Eusebio to become Portugal's greatest World Cup scorer of all time. That is not a finished man. What's more, he's playing like a man who sat in the dark, absorbed the trial, and answered it in the only language that matters in football, with goals. Even though he said he was back, the truth is he never left. The team as a whole just didn't perform in their first game against Congo. Cristiano Ronaldo is not in this squad for sentimental reasons. He is not there because Martinez owes him a favor. He is there because the numbers say he should be. Since the 2022 World Cup, the tournament people said he was finished. Ronaldo has scored 25 goals in 30 appearances for Portugal. If any other striker on the planet had those numbers, they would be getting the greatest of all time shouts. But because it's Ronaldo, because the narrative was written years ago, people pretend those goals don't exist. And here's the thing nobody talks about. The critics love bringing up the 2022 World Cup, the game against Switzerland, where Gonzalo Ramos scored a hat-trick and Ronaldo sat on the bench. They call it proof that Portugal are better without him, but they always forget what happened next. Morocco, quarter-final, Ronaldo on the bench again. Portugal lost 1-0, tournament over. Nobody mentioned that game. Nobody asked whether benching Ronaldo cost them everything. Since Qatar 2022, Portugal have won 70% of their games with Ronaldo in the team. Without him, that number drops, and the game's inflating the without Ronaldo stat, a 9-1 win over Armenia. A 9-0 demolition of Luxembourg, qualifying games against teams that barely exist at this level. Take those away and the record without Ronaldo looks considerably worse. The man keeps showing up. The 2016 Euros, the 2019 Nations League, both times written off, both times delivered a trophy. The Nations League final just months before this World Cup, he scored in both legs. That is not a coincidence. That is the one thing about Cristiano Ronaldo that no pundit, no heat map, no touch count can ever measure. Portugal drew 0-0 in their last group game against Colombia. Both sides were already through to the knockout stages before kicking the ball. The game plan for Portugal was simple. Staying in the game was important, and as long as Portugal weren't losing, there wasn't a pressing need to score. But Colombia played like they needed to win. They controlled possession, and as the game grew, Portugal weren't creating the chances like we saw against Uzbekistan. This was not a Ronaldo problem, it was a Portugal problem. Ronaldo's runs were there, his positioning was there. What wasn't there was the ball. This is the exact same problem from the Congo game. 2 out of 3 group games where the team failed to find their own striker. One of those off-the-ball movement created the space for Bruno Fernandes to score a winning goal, but his shot couldn't find the net. So at what point is that a Ronaldo problem? And at what point is that a Portugal problem? Because elsewhere, Argentina were performing, Messi scored, and within hours, the same media that spent the week defending Messi's right to still be playing at his age was writing Ronaldo's obituary again. Let's be clear, Ronaldo and Messi are 2 of the greatest this sport has ever produced, and both deserve their flowers, but the media pattern is impossible to ignore. When Messi wins, Ronaldo must lose. When Argentina look good, Portugal must look broken. That is not analysis. That is a narrative machine. And for 20 years, Ronaldo has been its fuel. The path to the final just got significantly harder. Had Portugal beaten Colombia, they would have faced Ghana in the round of 62, then likely Switzerland, then a quarter-final against Argentina, the Messi-Ronaldo showdown the world has waited decades to see. Instead, they faced Croatia, who look different from 2018 or even 2022. They lost 4-2 to England in their opener. They struggled to win against Panama and Ghana. Luka Modric at 40 is still pulling strings, while Croatia provides a strong challenge for Portugal. They aren't the same as before, the team that has made the semi-finals in 2 of the last 3 World Cups. If Portugal win, they will likely face Spain in the round of 16, Euro 2024 champions, one of the favourites to win this entire tournament. The margin for error is gone. Every game from here is knockout football in the truest sense. And the question is no longer whether Ronaldo belongs. The question is whether Portugal can finally build around him. Whether this squad can give their greatest ever goalscorer the service he needs to deliver when it matters most. Because the finishing is still there, the mentality is still there. And if Portugal figures that out before Croatia, before Spain, before whoever comes next, then maybe, just maybe, Ronaldo gets to lift the one trophy that has always eluded him. Cristiano Ronaldo is still writing history at 41 years old. The pundits will keep talking, the critics will keep counting his touches and timing his sprints. They will keep waiting for the moment he finally falls. But here is what they keep forgetting. Every single time they write him off, he answers. Ronaldo isn't the only striker that needs to provide the answers. Check out these videos on your screen, and I'll see you there.